Hi you guys, we're back. I am Isis Mirage.
And I am Coco Ferosha.
And this is RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7, Episode 12 review.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, we want to thank you guys for wishing us a happy birthday, giving us all the birthday love on all the social media sites and everything.
Like the video went up on our birthday and it's right there for us to get that love from y'all. So thank you. We really appreciate you guys.
And I can definitely say for YouTube standards, I would actually say an overwhelming amount of positive response. Because y'all know how that comment section can be, so thank you guys for being loyal to us and showing out every time. Mwah.
Mwah. Okay, so it's the final four, and it is the final episode in which they had to film the music video with Ru. Oh my god, I keep doing this. I feel like the more you know. You know? Yeah, so they had to film the music video. And the choreographer was, of course, Candice Kane.
Please,
icon,
go
legend.
off. I'm so glad that they still bringing her out here.
Absolutely.
Still kind of check. Yes. I mean, it is a 50 seasons. Candice got the job. Everything. Like, we need her.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
Bitch, she came in her neon pink jumpsuit, ready to give you 80s. She said 80s? Okay, she dressed for the fucking occasion. She's so fun.
She got it.
Candice Kane is so fun.
Yeah,
and just glamour. Yes, we love Candice. We need Candice Kane.
Team Candice.
All
All day.
Other than talking about how beautiful and amazing and lovely Candice Kane is, just gonna save the dancing part till the end, you know?
Yeah, so we see the final result on the runway.
So, as for the lack of lunch with Ru, because it's like really personal stuff, we're not gonna like really, there's nothing to really mention. I mean, I'm not gonna like review how I feel about someone's like lived experience that is like so personal like that.
Yeah, I really get to see, you know, the nitty gritty with these girls, and Ru really sits down and, you know, finds out a little bit more about them, like deeper, you know, than just the.
Yeah, and it makes you appreciate everything that they do, having come from wherever it is that they come from. And I think that's be a positive or negative, you know what I'm saying? Because if you come from like a supportive family who like, you know, really just wants the best for you and does everything for you, that's great to see, to know that there's a loving family for you. If you're going through something difficult or, you know, something hard or out of the ordinary, you know, it's dope to see these people come through that struggle. Just I think at the end of the day as well, because, you know, Drag Race being how it is sometimes with the audience and how rude some of the audience can get sometimes, it's nice to remind people that these are human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And people like this may tend to go through certain things, and even just going through the things you go through doing this, have real lives too that affect this too, you know, things that have nothing to do with drag.
Yeah.
So, you know, there was this whole moment in the workroom where Violet and Pearl were kind of playing around. I don't want to say playing around, but kind of playing around with their drag.
Yes.
Ginger and Kennedy were like kind of looking at them like, oh, y'all look like little kids.
Yeah.
You
it
know.
was very old school versus the new school. But, I mean, ladies, there's room for both. It's very hyped up, like, TV drama, right? Like, they've been really wanting. They always want, like, something to pit against each other, whatever. And this works, so this is what it is this season. Honestly, I feel like both groups could learn something from the other.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, the stuff that you learn, say, for example, in pageants, and the freedom that the younger, newer girls have. To like, you know, they just do more so, it seems, whatever they want as opposed to sticking to like specific rules.
Yeah, and
whatever.
Not only that, but as far as like, you know, messing around and doing the stuff that Pearl and Violet were doing, I don't know how this is going to be coming from someone kind of the same age as them. But I don't think it's important to have fun in drag and be able to kind of be a little kid playing dress up, because at the end of the day, that's kind of a little bit of what you do. I mean, I want to downplay drag, but I think that is one of the aspects of it that, with all the bullshit that comes with it, makes doing drag so amazing and such a blessing at the end of the day, that we get to have fun and dress up and do this shit, freedom, you know? So why not play around and have fun with it? What are you really doing at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Can I just say this, and I feel like we do this every season, if not every episode. But oh my god, it's so hard to fucking review. There's like no fucking format to this show.
Yeah, especially the finale, it just feels like they've shoved like 500 things into one episode. But like, we get to see like 1 minute of it, and that's it. And the whole thing's going on, but we can't really talk about that because at the end of the day, the final product is what it is. I don't know. But yeah, we just go, you know, try and do our best to give our thoughts on like the actual music video itself, the girls dancing, the girls playing the different characters, and then the runway, when that's coming.
So the girls were talking about basically how they felt about Violet winning, really seemed like the focus of it. Very much like season 2, right? When they was talking about Tatiana and how they felt about her winning. Very that.
Yeah. Very that.
You know, so kind of focusing on one girl and you know,
pick at her a little bit. It's the final. You're gonna pick at her a little bit, knock her confidence, shake her a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, also it makes me think that producers or whatever must kind of pick somebody that they think they can talk about and say, okay, everybody talk about how they feel about Violet now. You know what I mean? Kind of judge, because it, like, you know, for it to happen kind of twice in that way, I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be kind of not completely set up or scripted, but maybe, you know, a little nudge and a wink here to, you know, get things going a certain way.
We get you.
But yeah, you know, I feel like Violet's proven herself thus far.
She absolutely has. And, you know, in terms of how she came in the first episode and how she seems to have, you know, slightly transformed the way she interacts with people, you know, it seems that she's learning, and that would be, you know, her weak point, and it seems like she's even improving, like,
which I
season.
Definitely think was a fair enough point when it comes to like talking to other people and stuff, but I do think at the same time that they're not really, I mean, I don't know, but they ain't thinking too much about the fact that they are in a competition together, and obviously she's not gonna act the same way with somebody like in a club who's coming to meet her, who you know, she ain't competing with.
Yeah, it's just something that they can, you know, like, blow up out of proportion and not make her look bad, you know. So, moving on to the runway, first up was Miss Kennedy Davenport. I thought she looked stunning. Hair, you know, had the hair closer to God, darling. Face beat gown over, like, I love the, like, construction and the shape of it all. I thought it was so, like, cute. It was very, almost sci-fi-ish, like, in terms of, like, design, and I love that.
I'll take that. I mean, what do I know about sci-fi? The garment was very interesting. Like, the way it was done, it almost looked like, I don't know, like scorpion or like some kind of...
I was definitely getting insect too.
Insect, like, very
what's the word?
Now, she brought the rainbow into it, which was...
it's very prideful.
It was very prideful. It was. He gave it a little,
Pop? A color?
Yeah, a little pop of color, which is all you need sometimes, honestly. To anyone out there, less is more. Take my word for it.
Yeah. But yeah, she looks stunning, and overall, love this bitch.
Finale. It was a finale. She represented rainbows, fucking community.
What more do you want?
Gowns. We like community and gowns. So next up on the runway was Violet Chachki. She said she didn't want it to be a gown or something that they were gonna expect, and she definitely did that. It was very razzle dazzle.
I was living for the pant, and I was living for her little like bustier moment. But the only thing is that when she came out straight away, I was just like, Raja though.
Yeah.
You know, like very that. Like it's pretty much in the same kind of, you know, wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that it was a bad look, it's that I'm like also thinking about Raja when this is your moment. And I ain't even trying to.
Okay, that's fair thing because
you know
that'd be like, you know, a little nod to Raja.
No, absolutely.
A little homage, whatever. But I do see what you're saying, probably that you want to be thinking about her and it be her moment.
Yeah. The hat and everything with the hat, I was like...
Okay, but we're gonna let that go.
We're gonna let it go because...
We're gonna let it go. It definitely did help her to stand out from the rest of the crowd. It was very, like, flawless, like, effortless.
Yeah.
Like, just...
Love the pants.
Yeah. Fuck you, store. You know? So next up on the runway was Ginger Minj. Ginger honestly has never looked so good as she did right here tonight on the main stage in that gown with those jewels, with the hair, beat for the gods. I can't.
She didn't have to come out and take a dump on the stage like that. I'm taking it in and I'm breathing it in, I'm whiffing. She ate though, like, seriously.
She did. She did. Like, the minute she came out, it was a fucking moment. Yeah. Like, time stopped, you could hear a fucking pin drop, like, so gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Ginger
she was gonna
came.
show out like she was on the main stage, the final night of the pageant, waiting to be crowned, and she really did that. Like I'm like gagged. So next up was Pearl. Very, you know, pussy pink chiffon moment. I love all the movement in the fabric. The hair is so pretty. I love that hair.
I definitely was impressed with what Pearl pulled out.
Yeah.
You know, I was expecting that she was gonna have run out of a lot of stuff at this point.
Yeah.
And, you know, she really proved that she definitely does have that ability to just make shit work.
Yeah. It's crazy. It honestly, it just looks so good on her. It looks so polished and like a head to toe look. I was living for the little bodysuit. I felt like it was a very Madonna moment, like maybe in the bedroom, maybe sex book era. I don't know where I'm even going with this, but I was loving it. It was great. It was
absolutely great. You might be able to argue that it was certain separates and pieces and things, but it really does take a particular eye to be able to put those things together the way that she did. And you know, like because it's finale, like she just knew almost what it was to put together to make a grand fucking finale look. I don't know how she did that, but she did.
Props to Pearl, honey. Yes. She did that, and they all really kind of came for this final runway.
Yeah. So as far as that whole moment where the girls had to like talk to their former selves or whatever, you know, again, I don't want to get too much into like reviewing people's personal lives or whatever, but I do think it's inspiring again to see people coming through the other side of tough experiences.
Yeah, it's crazy how much all of these girls have gone through, like, but it's great to see how far they've come and how strong they are now, and it's a great message to send to people who may be suffering right now, to see people that they may relate to who have come through it and made it through the other side, you know?
Yeah. So as far as the performances go, starting with Kennedy, I do want to say the judges clearly, I think, had a lot more footage to work with when critiquing the girls. Because we got like 4 seconds.
Yeah, literally, like in total of the dancing and 3 different characters. Like,
it was like, you're all born naked and the rest is right. Over. Yeah. So
we know she did good on the dancing. Turns on the dancing. That goes without saying. It's hard to kind of differentiate between the characters, and they gave her the critique that there was not a lot of like difference between her characters. Which, you know, okay, we couldn't really see that much. It seemed like they were different enough to me, but
yeah, they seemed different enough to me. And watching it myself for the 4 seconds that I did see, I felt like Kennedy did well in her different characters, and I was impressed.
Compared to everyone else, so I don't see why she, you know, did so in particular bad versus everyone else, but...
No, I felt like she did pretty good. For me, in my review, Kennedy did well.
Yeah.
So,
So next up was Violet Chachki. Dancing hasn't been her strong suit, but she definitely has a way of, I don't know, she just, her body language, she knows how to make it work and sell it. And she comes from a very like vintagey place, I felt, or at least in this particular thing, it was quite that, and it was giving me very that. So
yeah, I felt like Violet did well. Acting hasn't been her strong suit. I know they said that about dancing, but she won a dancing challenge with Katya.
Yeah.
So she might be a dancer, whatever, but she can fake it till she makes it. That's
Absolutely.
for sure. I feel like it's the acting that hasn't been her strong suit, if anything, we're gonna point out. And I didn't feel like she did a bad job within the acting. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah.
So
love the mom.
Yes.
Next up was Ginger Minge. In terms of the dancing, I feel like she has her own sort of little Ginger Minge way of making things like a little, nudge nudge, wink wink, a little campy, and she makes it work. She sells it, like just like Violet. I feel she has her way of.
Yeah, of course.
Whether she might not be the most like whatever the word is.
That.
But she can make it work.
Yeah. And acting, she knows she good with acting.
She definitely is. I mean, she was on point with like spitting stuff out. The voices were all different. She had on a little, okay, calm down, honey. She had a little, speech thing going on with the baby. It was smart, and it was like thought out decisions, and like for each character what she was gonna do. So I feel like she kind of killed the acting challenges, but she kind of has been doing that. So
yeah. So next up was Pearl, and I feel like Pearl did really good. I feel like she finally really did well in the acting challenge.
She did.
The little that we saw.
Yeah, from the little that we saw, because we really did see nothing. It seemed everyone really enjoyed her mom in the rehearsal, and the little bit that we got to see of it, I enjoyed it too, but they really didn't show us that much.
Yeah, but from what they did show, she did, like, when she had to shout, she really yelled. Like, she didn't hold back none. Like, we're so used to seeing her do so. I feel like, she definitely gets 10s for relaxing and just fucking doing it.
Yeah. In terms of her dancing, I mean, she's Pearl. She does her own little Pearl thing.
Was it choreographed or not? Because from what we saw with the whole Pearl thing, it seemed like she was doing Pearl. It didn't seem like anything that Candace had told her to do.
Right. I don't know what
so I don't know what that was about.
Listen, you okay? In my music video.
So as far as the girls performing, no need to even critique it because Kennedy Davenport got sent home, so obviously that performance had nothing to do with the final decision.
Yeah.
And therefore, why I gotta critique it?
Yeah.
Plus there was a lot going on. Kennedy got sent home. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have her and seen her top 3.
Yeah.
I don't know who I replaced her with, but
it is what it is.
She is most definitely deserving of the spot.
Yeah, no, she most definitely was. But it turns out that, Ru decided that it wasn't her moment. But I feel like, she came, she put her goddamn boot, that Davenport boot in it.
Thigh high.
And she can leave the competition knowing that she's like the second Davenport stamp forever on the show. Like, a Davenport, like, oh, that bitch is gonna be sickening.
Yeah,
like, that's a Davenport.
She really did it for the Davenport this
For real.
She really
she needs to leave proud and her head held high. To everyone at home who may not get the Kennedy thing, watch her videos of her performing. Go see her at the club if you are so lucky. That's a bad bitch. And at the end of the day, you can see another bad bitch buy her Chanel purse at the end of the day. So, So we're gonna move on to the Untucked.
Basically, I think Violet and Pearl were feeling like on the main stage, Ginger and Kennedy, threw them under the fucking bus. Yeah. And vroom vroom, bitch. That's fair. They kind of did.
Yeah.
They feel the way they feel, and that's gonna end up hurting feelings, and it's all fucking inevitable at the end of the day. And it's the finale too, so I think it's one of those things as well where it's really weird because it's like the finale, you're gonna be going home soon, all of this stuff's just happened. I mean, shit, you could be a wreck sometimes when you're on vacation and you leave and you make friends with folks. So all of this that they've been through, you know, it's gotta be kind of surreal.
Yeah.
You want to be saying goodbye, but you want to be happy, but you can't because you're nervous, and you want to be close to those people, but you're in a competition, and it's right at the end. So this is a moment where, like, you've built such a friendship that you should be here, but now is really the time to be here.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's very hard to navigate.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I just want to mention, especially because we was just talking about this, Candy feeling like she's never felt like beautiful, I guess, or really taken that moment, I think, more than anything to really
feel her oats.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, Kennedy, bitch, I don't know if you're ever gonna watch this, but it's so inspiring. Like, you have to know that. You have to know how many people are gonna see this, how many people are gonna identify with you. People, I mean, you might hear from a lot of negative people. I know that Kennedy in particular has dealt with a lot of that this season, but you've also got to be aware that it's a lot easier for people to be negative than it is to be positive. So, like, for every negative person, unless you know something negative that they feel about you, there's going to be two people who feel something positive about you that just don't have it in them to share that with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier to voice a negative opinion. So please know that, please be aware of that. I'm, you know, very familiar with social media. I know what the fuck it is. Trust me, that's very much the case. Okay? Don't let all this bullshit get to you.
Like Violet said, watch her ass back and
tell me
appreciate what
bitch.
the fuck it is that you did this
yes.
season, bitch. Apart from that, I mean, the whole thing kind of blew up with like Ginger and Pearl getting in her purse about the whole, you know, throwing under the bus thing, which, I mean, I get it. I can't be mad at Pearl for, you know...
Violet was in her purse.
Yeah, she was, but she was at least trying to, you know, at least keep it on the civil moment, like, or not, like, let them on.
I guess though, but I think they were definitely both hurt by it. I think with Violet, it was interesting to see somebody who has been pegged with this person who doesn't give a shit about other people was so negatively affected by the way that someone felt about them. Or might have felt about them.
There it is.
And, you know, I think for Pearl, you know, she was very in her shell or whatever, and...
Okay.
She's gone to the end and made these bonds with people who she feel are like now thrown under the bus. And, you know, I think for her, she just feels like she wants to keep things real and real life and let the editing be done when the editors work on the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, her fellow contestants are gonna treat her like a human, not like you know, a piece of reality TV or like a moment
or
for
just
like a camera.
Badge that you're just gonna go down regardless.
Yeah.
I guess that brings us to the end of the episode, but I will say that I find it a little odd that they don't have at all like a Kennedy leaving, you know, her trophy moment, going backstage, a little moment. You know, moment. They didn't get one, like, no.
Yeah, I don't know how you want to look at it.
Cut out the video.
I think that's kind of bullshit that they cut out of it. I didn't think that all of that was necessary. Yeah. Really.
Well, aside from the fact they don't even let her leave, like...
Yeah, but then at the same time, maybe they did that because they didn't want to paint it like she was just another girl that didn't make it, because she did do a lot more, even if they do cut it out the video. So maybe it's that. Maybe they just don't want her to be another girl holding a trophy because she made it to the finale. You know. Yeah. So, but then I can also see how you want that moment too. So I don't know. Yeah. But
regardless, that just brings us to the end of our review.
Yeah.
So tune in soon for our next episode, because I don't know if next week we're going to be here or not. It's a recap.
Please remember, if you like the videos, if you like the channel, remember to subscribe. We've gone through another full season, well, not completely until like the reunion episode, but I mean in terms of episodes, we've done a lot. So please subscribe to our channel because we're out here putting in so much work.
And it really does help us out. If you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, follow us.
Leave a comment. letting us know how you felt about this week's runway, the challenge. Did you guys feel like this episode was kind of rushed, I guess, for lack of a better word?
Yeah.
And who is it that you guys want to see win season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race?
Yes,
let us know down below.
Yeah, all of our social media information is down here in the Panty Stuffer section where you can follow us, all of that. And we will see y'all very soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.